Burnouts complete on a stellar day at Z-Max Dragway. The 4 wide.
Talk to most every one of these teams. Wholesale change, or not wholesale changes, just normal rinse repeat for most of these guys. Not a lot of changes in pro stock, with the exception of the Mountain View team. They say they missed it in the second round, so consequently they've made the most changes. A lot in the clutch area, a lot moving weight around, trying to get that car into the winner's circle.
Reaction times across the board. And how about that? Greg Anderson gets a win. Greg Anderson, a 6:55, 211 miles an hour, and Greg Stanfield comes second. That means he's the runner-up.
Well, catching up with Rob Downing. And Rob, that one looked pretty darn close down there at the finish line. But how about Greg Anderson? How about this KB team?
Well, things are going good. This is obviously a hometown race, so for us to do well here is great for Summit. And we got all the guys here from the shop. Just want to say thanks to everybody.
What does it mean to the crew guys to be able to conquer the 4 wide national?
It's huge. This track in general for pro stock is very difficult. So again, to be here at home in front of everybody with all the guys here, it's great for us.
And sleeping in your bed tonight. Congratulations, Rob.
Well, Greg Anderson pounding on the hood, on the deck. He's got the Wally in hand. The congratulations from the folks at Myrtle Beach. How significant, how special is it when you win at your home racetrack?
It's huge, Gary. We did it a few months ago here, and that's what got us that 4th full throttle championship. This race last year, 4 wide. I don't know where to begin talking about it. I just didn't have a lot of confidence in my driving, and I'm telling you what, the driver is very important at a deal like this. There's so much going on up there, so easy to screw up, so easy to mess up, and thank the Lord I didn't. So Summit's in the winner's circle, Ken Black's in the winner's circle. This entire KB Racing team, all the crew is here today, and we had a great day. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Myrtle Beach. I love Myrtle Beach too, by the way.
11 consecutive years, this man has won at least one of those Wallies, John Curran.
And I'm with Greg Stanfield, somewhat disappointed, of course, wanted to win it, but a runner-up, it was very, very close, Greg.
It's a good race. You know, anytime you run the Summit cars, they're tough competitors, but yeah, I've got a great team behind me. Bob Yonke, J.D. Kaufman, Kenny Koretsky, Greg Hill, Eddie Stryker, my brother, and Brandon Lee, and Lefty at the shop. Everybody's working hard, and hey, it's a long year. It's as long as I win the war at the end of the year, I'm okay with it.
That's what counts, the championship.
The final is Jack Beckman. He has lane choice. Also Mike's E3 spark plug pit, right? Jim Head, Tim Wilkerson, and Bob Tasca.
Well, we have already had one of the hometown guys winning, Greg Anderson, perhaps a contender here in Funny Car, Bob Tasca, a team that also calls Charlotte, North Carolina home. Had a chance to talk with Chris Cunningham. Coming into the day, he says they were a little bit off trying to get the 60-foot numbers better, get the car moving earlier. Well, they've had 2 opportunities to fix that problem, and he is very, very confident that indeed they have. Look for lane number 3 as a potential winner today, too. The hometown crew tries to tackle the Funny Car field here in the 4 wide final.
Bob Tasca hasn't won since June of last year. Back over to lane number 1. That's Tim Wilkerson on board there with Tim.
See him working the brake handle there on the left side of your screen. That's with his right handle. They so tight in here that basically with the hand brake, you have the foot, gas pedal, and then obviously the clutch pedal. I should say throttle pedal. What am I saying? Gas
There's
pedal.
no clutch in there.
I know, it's a typical clutch, but they do have a pedal to be able to get the car to go in reverse and forward during the burnout process. Once they go in and stage, they take their foot off the pedal and they hold it up against the brake. Now, Jim Head, I'll tell you what, I mean, he wants to try to step up, but that lane, I don't know if it's going to give it to him. It's been looking pretty suspect all weekend.
So the signals are given. Everybody moves into position, and now we're ready to stage. 3 and free stage. Waiting for Wilkerson. Wilkerson is in. That was a race, and Jack Beckman, a 412, 309 miles an hour. Bob Tasca
Talk to me, boys.
Right behind him with a 413.
Just won the 4 wide, Jack. 413, buddy. Yeah, baby. That's what I want. Jack Beckman, the 19th driver to have double-digit wins in funny car. But here's the real stat. He ties Mike Dunn with 10 career funny car wins. Nice job by the team right there.
And for Ron Tobler,
I hear you, Clam.
and for Ron
Good job,
Tobler,
buddy.
his second win with Jack Beckman is 36th overall. There was a lucky dog on the side of that car, but there was nothing lucky about your performance today. How good was the Aaron's machine?
The Aaron's machine was good this weekend. Like I said earlier, we did some testing in Vegas and really learned a lot. And it's been a long time since we won with this car, so it's nice to move up in the points. Nice to break that JFR stranglehold and get a win for DSR.
Even more fulfilling to win the 4-wide national?
It is. It really is. It's very special. We all have to adapt a little bit and try to learn the drivers, the crew chiefs, everyone. But I think it went a lot smoother this year, and we look forward to next year.
The fire was in his eyes all day today.
You know, they're going to have to think about that lucky dog deal because remember in Vegas just 2 weeks ago, Antron had the dog on his car. Maybe that's a thing. Let's go to the G-Man.
Balaclava comes off. The winner's champion hat there. The Wally's there. Jack Beckman.
Congratulations.
What happened in that test 2 weeks ago in Las Vegas that helped turn this team into such a dominant performance today?
Ron and John waved the magic wand. Actually, we weren't far off. It was in the bell housing. They won't tell me what's in the bell housing. Apparently, there's a bunch of discs and floaters and stuff like that. And we just had to figure out what it wanted on a hot racetrack. Man, we've been long overdue. I want to thank Don Schumacher. Don, the faith that you've had in this team, and it's been such a long time. And to put Aaron's in the winner's circle back to back, their motto, they say Aaron's, nobody beats them. Guess what? Nobody beat them today. We only had to win 3 rounds to do it, and we won all 3 rounds. I am so delighted to be in the winner's circle for my crew. I can't tell you how happy I am. My wife and Jason, I love you guys. We got a baby girl coming in August. May bring her along as a good luck charm. And by God, I got a pewter Wally. I want more.
One more group of 4. It's Top Fuel.
Yeah!
And we show you the ladder now. And the route to the final for everybody. Larry Dixon will have the lane choice against Del Worsham, his teammate, Sean Langdon, and Spencer Massey. And Larry Dixon has chosen lane 4.
Well, Al and Navi are both in lane 3 and 4 because Del Worsham was the second quickest from the previous round, so they got a pick, and obviously they took lane 3 and 4. Sean Langdon's in that dreaded lane number 2 right now, and Spencer Massey is in lane number 1.
And not like either driver cares about it, guys, but there is a race within a race. Throughout Larry Dixon's entire career, never has he had a teammate stage opposite him. He said he was looking forward to it with Del Worsham. Unfortunately for Larry and Del, there are 2 other cars, but there is that little race within this 4-wide race.
And Sean Langdon says 4 wide is playing right into their plans. The reason they have trouble winning that 4th round. Well, guess what? Today, there are only 3 rounds.
Massey, Langdon, Worsham, and Dixon. This is it.
Good race.
Oh, once again, that's great. And how about Del Worsham? 381, 319 miles an hour. His teammate, Larry Dixon, came in second. That makes Dixon the runner-up. Alanabi, 1 and 2.
With a very happy Brian Hughes, and we're looking back at the scoreboards. We can't hardly believe it. Alanabi goes 1-2. How identical were these cars?
Identical. That's the goal is to drag them up here and let the better team win. And you know, those guys are probably better than we are, but they're coaching us along and they're getting us there. And man, we couldn't be here without Larry's guys, and they have a number 1 on their car for a reason. So.
But that was the car that also won so many times last year.
Yeah, but you put a different group of guys on there, and it's a little bit of a learning curve and a different driver, but we're slowly getting there. And, man, you line up against an Alanabi car, you better run good.
How about it for Del Worsham and this entire team? I know it's a football phrase, but on any given Sunday.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
How long do you think it's going to take Del to get used to driving that drag shirt?
I don't know if I want it up.
I don't think it's ever going to happen. He doesn't. He's great. That's what he is.
Woo!
Del, his second race win in Top Fuel. Gary Gerald.
He told me in between rounds, Paul, that they had made a slight change. They hurt the power plant. They torched a head gasket in the previous round. They had to go to the power plant that got him a Wally in the Gator Nationals at Gainesville. Del Worsham, tell us about this transition and the fact that you've now succeeded to grab Wallies in 2 of the first 4 events this year, and your defending champion teammate, he's still looking for his first of the season.
It is just unbelievable. You know, I've said it every time I've got out of the car, and I'm just a very, very, very lucky guy to be driving this thing right now. I have an awesome teammate here that's taught me more than he should already, and what a job the team did here. You know, we had to swap engines there for that run, and we put the engine back in that won Gainesville, and gotta tell you what, I was nervous up there, man. There's 4 cars, and there's a lot of action, and you just never know. But I'd like to thank you to NHRA and Bruton Smith, and, you know, the 4 wide, we kind of came in here with a little skeptical, but I really, really enjoyed myself. Alan Alvey Toyota, Redline Oil. I can't say enough. Alan Johnson, Brian Hughes, and the entire team, what a job they did. And Shake Khaled, yes.
Driving the car that Dixon drove last year, Dixon may be wanting to jump back into the seat of this machine.
Yeah, I was thinking exactly that, Gary Gerald.